Hi everyone, this is Sharan here. Welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to share about my journey into data science. I wasn't really good in programming. I did not have any formal education in data science or statistics. But now I have successfully delivered a number of data science projects. I have authored 2 books in data science. I am among the top 1500 writers in Medium. The idea behind this video is if this video can motivate or inspire you to achieve something in data science, that will be the huge success for this video. So in this video, I'm going to share about my journey, like how without having the technical skill sets, how I was able to get a job in data science, how did I get that opportunity to author 2 books, and finally how I was able to move abroad with a job and visa sponsorship. So I know a lot of people who are trying to learn data science have a lot of questions, like whether they can learn data science, whether they can achieve something in data science. And there are many people who are already into data science and who want to explore or achieve more, like they want to maybe author a book, or they want to move into a different country for a better opportunity or for a better salary. I hope this video can be really helpful for all of you, and it can give you some insights about what needs to be done in order to ensure that you are able to achieve all those. So to start my journey, I started my career in sales. My job was really paying me well. I really liked traveling and meeting a lot of new people, and my job gave me both of it. I had a lot of opportunities to travel to new places, and I was meeting a lot of new people every day in my career. But something like somewhere inside me, I felt I couldn't see a future for myself in sales. I did not wanted like sales to be the strength of my career, but I wanted to learn something, to become strong in something, and later move on to sales. So I started exploring like various opportunities, various options that are available for me. There were a lot of traction around data analytics. So this was before 2012. So Harvard hasn't published yet about like the most famous article, like the data science is the sexiest job in 21st century. So it was published much towards the end of 2012. So before 2012, there was still some traction, and I used to read a lot of magazines and newspapers, and I clearly understood that data science and analytics is going to have a huge impact in the future. So based on the introspection, I clearly understood that I am a data-minded person. A lot of my colleagues in my sales job used to tell me that I'm able to learn things quite quickly, and I'm able to communicate them quite clearly as well. So I thought that's a very positive thing, and I have the capacity to learn something new, and I was quite comfortable with the math. So based on all these things, I thought maybe I can see something for me in data science. But like every one of you, I had my doubts as well, because I never liked the programming, and I wasn't good in programming as well. I never knew what R or Python is. I have never even seen those programming languages. I have never even seen those tools in my life. I did not have any formal education in data science or statistics. So like every one of you, like I had my doubts. I had my doubts whether I would be able to compete with the other people who have some kind of an experience in data science, who have some kind of like programming skills, who have a strong educational background in statistics or data science. So I wasn't really sure. So I started talking to a lot of people in data science. I started reading about the various data jobs. I started going through like the profile of various people in data science and analytics. And one thing that came out clear. So I understood that data science is not about coding. Data science is not about building the algorithms. I understood that data science is about solving the problems using data. So that's when I realized that I have a future in data science. I can do something really well in data science. I understood that I have the skill set to achieve in this field. So now I decided to quit my job. It wasn't really easy for me to get an interview opportunity in data science or data role, because I was having the sales experience. I had already spent almost 2 years in sales, and moving from sales to a different job was very difficult for me. And on top of that, my sales job was offering me quite a high salary, and I was trying to look for data science jobs matching the same salary, and it was very, very, very difficult. Even people who were trying to who were trying to give me opportunities for interviews, they were very open, saying me that they can't match the salary. So I decided that I will take a pay cut, and I started exploring for opportunities in data science. It was very difficult for me. So there was one company which came up. So they promised me an data role. They promised me that they will be able to move me into data science in the future, but I had to take a pay cut of 50% when I joined. After a few months, they said my salary should be able to match my previous job salary, but to start with, I had to take 50% pay cut, and on top of that, I have to move to a new city. So it was a very difficult decision, but I thought that is the ticket for me to get into data science. So I decided to take up this data job with the 50% pay cut, and I decided to move to a new city and start my life fresh. Few months into the role, I clearly understood that there wasn't any future for me in data science in that company. The company even dropped the data science from their strategy as well, and my salary was not expected to increase, and there wasn't any opportunity for me to go back to my hometown. I wanted to try something new, and I ended up screwing up my career, the salary, and everything. So it was a very difficult period for me. So I decided to quit my job and look for a better opportunity. So I had two options in front of me. One was to forget about data science that happened in the last few months, go back to my previous company, just focus on sales and try to succeed as a salesperson. The other opportunity was to still pursue in data science and see if I can achieve something, not quit at that point in time. So I decided that I will pursue in data science. It was a very difficult decision, especially because a lot of people they were telling me that I'm screwing up my career even further, and if this continues, I will not have any future in sales or in data science any field for that matter, because it's been already 2 years since I have completed my post-graduation, and the things that I am doing is screwing up my career. So I decided that I will give myself 3 months time to see if I can get an opportunity in data science within this 3 months. If not, I will try and go back to my sales job. So that was the plan that I had for me. I started exploring about data science. I started exploring about various skill sets that is required in order to get a data job or data science job. I understood SQL is the most important part. I started learning about SQL. So at this point in time, I did not know anything about R or Python. So I started spending day and night learning new things, learning SQL, and going through various courses in Coursera. So Coursera was just launched. One of my first courses in Coursera was Social Network Analysis by Lada Adamit. It was one of my first courses in data science. I started going through the other courses that are relevant to data science. There wasn't much material online. There was no data camp. There was no other websites which offered to teach data science. It was very difficult to get data as well. So with all the limited resource that was available for me, I was trying to focus and learn as much as possible. So at this point in time, I had already spent few weeks. I wanted to try for various interviews. I started applying for jobs, but I wasn't getting any opportunities. My resume was being rejected by the HRs. I had the opportunity to speak with few HRs, but again, that wasn't resulting me in any successful interview opportunities. There were few people who even made fun of the decisions that I have made, and ending up jobless. So it was a very stressful period again for me. Talking to various people, try to get a breakthrough in data science, and going through various failures. After a few weeks, one of the first breakthrough came up for me. One of my friend who was working in data analytics company, his name is Philip Solomon. He introduced me to his boss, Derek Jose. At that point in time, I never knew that Derek had a plan of starting his own company, but I had an opportunity to speak to him. So all I requested him was give me an opportunity for an interview in data science. That's all I was requesting him for. Get me an opportunity for me in data science, and I will ensure that I will hold on to it. So he promised me that he will give me the opportunity for an interview provided I am able to prove my capability to him. So I decided to study even harder. So what I decided was, in order to showcase my capabilities, I even started working on few projects as well. So by this time, like, I started using R. I became quite comfortable with R. So through my course on Coursera, I learned a new tool called Jiffy, which is very useful for social network analysis. I even learned how to extract data from social media platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. There wasn't much data online, so what I did was I decided to use the data available in these platforms using their API, and I started implementing various hobby projects that I can showcase my skill sets. Few weeks into it, I was able to build a good portfolio. I was in touch constantly with Derek. I was sharing whatever I was reading, and Derek used to give me various feedback. He used to share a lot of resources, and it was quite a good journey. After a few weeks, I asked for an interview opportunity. So as promised, Derek gave me two options. He said, like, as promised, I will give you an opportunity for interview in one of the well-known companies, or if you are interested, he said, I can join his company. I was very glad that he gave me these two options, and I decided that I will take up the job in his company. It was like one of the best decisions that I have taken in my life. So for my data science career actually started with Flutura. I worked on a lot of interesting projects. I worked with a lot of interesting people. I had opportunity to work with various unicorn startups in Bangalore, and it gave me a lot of good friends who are still in very good touch with me. I had a lot of learning in Flutura. I used to participate in Cadel. I used to work on multiple projects, and I had delivered some successful projects as well. So it was the first breakthrough that happened for me in data science, and from there, it was an amazing journey until now. So that's about the part one, about how I got into data science. So the second part is how I got the opportunity to author a book in data science. So before getting into this opportunity of becoming a writer, so I need to give a brief introduction about what made me realize that I can write. So when I was doing my post-graduation at BEM Tiruchi, so I joined a club called as a PR committee. So as part of this committee, I took up a role as brand ambassador for BIM. And as part of this role as brand ambassador, I need to write a lot about my college. I need to write a lot about various competitions that we are launching. I need to constantly be in touch with various corporates and the other platforms. So I used to write a lot. So before, until BIM, I used to read a lot. I used to read read a lot of books and newspaper, but I never realized that I had an interest in writing. So after being part of this particular committee, and after being the brand ambassador, I realized that I have an interest in writing. I started improving my skills in writing, and I ensured that I continued this writing skills. So after my data science job, what I did was I started a blog, and I started writing about data science, about various things that I learn, and about various things that I do, both in my job and outside my job. So through this blog, I received one of the opportunity to review a book in data science. That was the first breakthrough for me that got me introduced to the editors as well as the publishers. After reviewing the book, the editors were quite happy with my work, and they gave me the opportunity to author books with them. I did not take the opportunity to review a book lightly, so I gave my best, and it resulted me getting the opportunity to author a book as well. So whatever you are working on, maybe it might not be really relevant, but ensure that you are giving your best. No one knows, it can lead, it can give you another opportunity that is very interesting or that you are looking forward for. So that was one of the things that I learned. So whatever I do, I try to give my best in that, and often that results in a lot more better opportunities. So that's how I ended up as an author. So coming to the next part of my data science journey, moving to the overseas country with job opportunity as well as visa sponsorship. So I was looking for opportunities overseas. I wanted to explore like the different countries. I want to meet a lot of new people and see and experience their culture, and that was the reason why I was looking for various opportunities overseas. It wasn't really easy. Like the options that you have in order to move overseas is either you go for an higher studies, you complete your studies, you try to get a job and spend some time working in the country. The other option is a quite difficult option, which is look for various opportunities and see if there are any job that can sponsor you. So I was not financially ready for an higher studies. Like I did not had the financial ability to spend a few lakhs for my higher studies at that point in time. So I decided to look for the non-traditional way, look for various other opportunities where I can move on to a different country. So I was looking for various opportunities like in US, Canada, Australia, and even in a lot of European countries. So one way in order to move to an overseas country was to look for various jobs that offers you sponsorship. So I was looking for various jobs with a sponsorship. It wasn't again really easy being in India, looking for various job opportunities in abroad with sponsorship. So I decided to look for the job portals within the country. So Canada had Indeed as the top job portal. So similarly, Australia had Seat, and some of these countries like in Europe had their own job portals as well. So I was looking for various jobs within the job portals and to see if there are any job opportunities that offers a sponsorship. I even reached out to some of my friends to see if there are any openings in their company. So through one of my friend, I got to know about the opportunity at Deloitte, Australia. So I applied for the job. I gave the interviews and finally got selected. And my visa was also sponsored. And a few weeks after my interview, my visa got approved, and I was able to relocate to Australia. So that's about my career. So about how I got into data science and how I got the opportunity to author 2 books in data science, and how I was able to get a job opportunity in an overseas country. If you have any questions about any of these things in my career, please feel free to ask your questions in the comment. I will try to answer your questions as much as possible. If you like what I am doing here, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Apart from the videos that I do on the data science topic, I also teach about data science. So I have a series of learning data science in 100 days where I talk and teach about various data science topics that is required in order to start a career in data science. I hope you learned something new in this video. Bye for now. See you in the next video.